Well, it wasn't just airports affected by the deluge. Britain's 2.4 million tonnes of salt couldn't prevent motorists getting stuck, jackknifing and breaking down. There are warnings of treacherous conditions ahead as snow turns to ice, and the only fun to be had is sliding down hills, as Carl Dinnen reports.
If the snow didn't grind Britain to a halt, it was partly because Britain didn't have much on today anyway. In Solihull, as around the country, it was a good excuse to get sliding, building and chucking snowballs. The roads were less fun. One driver ploughed on along the M40 last night, while others skated more delicately or ground to a halt altogether. And watch what happened when this vehicle, apparently on the M11, approached a coach. Amazingly, the coach driver regained control and drove on. In Essex, it was hard to get a grip. Drivers needed a push up the hill. Cars were just left on the A414, and some drivers spent the night in their vehicles on the M25. The murky dawn revealed a heavy fall of snow and a light sprinkling of abandoned cars across the home counties. Driving in the snow is a risky business. And it meant a busy day for these chaps. The AA reckoned they had a fourfold increase in call-outs.
Some were just a bit cautious on their conditions of the road, and that's the right order too, but sometimes you have to keep the momentum rolling in a vehicle to keep the traction in, and then as soon as you stop, they never can get going again, really.
But this job was a car in a ditch near Kenilworth.
Right then, what we're going to do, we're going to actually winch it out and then get you to a place of hard standing.
There may not be much more snow to come, but conditions are now expected to get very icy, and some police forces are still warning against all but essential travel. At Sandringham, that included a trip to church this morning, the Queen and Prince Philip joining worshippers and well-wishers on the day before her Diamond Jubilee. But tomorrow will come soon enough. On London's Primrose Hill, they were intent on enjoying today. Seems a real shame to mention it when everyone's having so much fun. But there's school tomorrow. At least there is where the schools are open. The advice is what it always is. Before you set out, check on your local authority website. Are you going to be okay if schools aren't on tomorrow?
Well, we'll wait and see. We're just around the corner. Hopefully they're on. I've got to go to work tomorrow.
One day, it's nearly half term anyway, so not worried.
But with today's snowy fun over, it'll be an icy return to work for many in the morning.
Well, with me now, our weather presenter, Liam Dutton. So talk us through the meteorology. What happened?
Well, basically, Christian, this weekend, the UK's been a battleground between some mild air and some cold air. Now, you can see here towards the east of Europe, it's been very cold, and over the past 5 days, that cold air has been streaming towards us. You've had temperatures barely above freezing by day and dropping down to -10, -11 by night. And what happened yesterday is a weather system moved in from the west. It brought mild air with that, and where the two collided, it gave significant snow, particularly across central and eastern parts of England, widely 5 to 10 centimetres and locally up to 15.
So what's going to happen to that weather system?
Well, basically that's fizzled away, but the cold air is still lingering around. So the main concern is not snow anymore, it's ice, because through today the snow's thawed slightly, it's turned to slush, and as temperatures dip away through this evening and overnight below freezing, particularly across Scotland into parts of England, that slush and that snow will refreeze, so it'll become really slippery through tonight into tomorrow morning. Ice will be a growing concern across central and eastern parts of the UK. And not just ice, it'll be fog as well, because there'll be some dense fog forming overnight, so potentially later tonight into tomorrow morning, ice and fog will be an issue.